Hey there, first grade. You guys are starting now to work on the skill of character. And so I wanted to show you the visual tool for character. So the next few weeks, I'm going to come on here and show you guys how to do the visual tool. And we're going to talk about what the character looks like and what the character does. Okay, so when we talk about what the character looks like, we're going to be talking about their appearance. When we talk about what the character does, we're going to be talking about their actions, right? So these are big old fancy words for first grade. Not for fourth grade though, right? These are big old fancy words for first grade, but you guys can learn them. I know you can. Okay, so appearance means what the character looks like, and action means what the character does. So we just read this book, The Brief Thief. What'd you think? Did you like it? It was pretty funny, wasn't it? And so we are going to do this visual tool for a character in The Brief Thief. So let's think real quick now. Who were the characters in this book? Well, first of all, we had the lizard, Leon, right? And then next, somebody started talking to Leon. Do you guys remember who that was? That was his conscience, right? His conscience, that little voice on the inside that told him he was doing something a little bit wrong, right? And then at the very end, we had the rabbit, and we don't know what his name was, but we could call him Super Bunny or Super Rabbit, or I don't know, maybe you have a different name for him. You have to let me know if you have a different name. But I think that we're going to choose Leon for this visual tool for character. Okay, so I'm going to go in this box right here. This big old fancy word for first grade says character's name. Okay, so the characters, that's just the people who are in the story. Okay, so I'm going to delete this right here, and I'm going to write Leon. Okay. If I were in a classroom, I'd be writing this on the board, but we're working on a computer, so I'm just writing it here. Okay, so I'm going to think about now, what does Leon look like? Well, he's green, right? And he's a lizard. He has a curly tail, doesn't he? Okay, but I'm going to really look at these pictures. Okay, like this one. Look at him right there. I don't know if you can see that or not. That's not very good when you can't see it in that little tiny picture. Let me see. Let me find a better one. Let's see. Ooh, there's a lot of good ones. Look at this one. Okay, maybe you can see that. Can you see that? The words there says Leon had a funny feeling his conscience was, the little voice was right. Okay, do you see him right there? Look, his eyes were really big, and he's got his hands folded across his chest. Okay? Sometimes when that happens to me, if my eyes get really big and my hands are right here, that just shows that I might feel guilty about something, right? Okay, so I'm going to write down here. Now, I could write that he's green and his tail is curly, right? I could write any of those things that I wanted to, but I wanted to choose something a little more interesting for you guys. Okay, so I'm going to say his eyes are very big and his hands are folded in front of him. Okay, and I forgot the S on eyes. That just shows me that he feels guilty. So that's why I picked that one, because it shows me that he feels guilty. Okay? All right, so then I want to think about his actions and what does he do, right? Well, in the beginning of the story, you remember what he did? He took those underwear because he didn't have toilet paper after he went for a poo, right? But in the end, when his conscience talked to him, what did he do? Do you remember? He scrubbed them, right? So I think that just shows us that he was pretty responsible, that he scrubbed those briefs. So I'm going to say he cleans the underpants, right? Because that shows us that even though he did something wrong, he tried to make it right. Okay, and that is all you have to do for the character visual tool. Now, if I put the rabbit here in the middle, I might say, you sneaky little lizard. You know, that might be something that he did. He put the he put the underpants on his head, right? That was one of the things that he did. Or it could be his appearance, that the underpants were on his head, right? So I'll see you again pretty soon, and we will talk again about the character visual tool. So this is how we think about character in the first grade. All right, you guys, I'll see you soon.